Alright guys, so welcome back to Ride Alongs. This is going to be episode 2. Today I have Serge with me, so we're going to get into just kind of who he is, what he does, and we're just going to get to know him a little bit. I'm super excited. I know he's super excited. We're both wearing white. I just realized that.
It seemed like a white day.
We're matching. Okay, so we're going to drive around and I'm going to ask him some questions. You guys know how it is.
We're going to ride along.
Okay, so if you just want to explain yourself, your elevator pitch.
My elevator pitch?
Yeah.
All right. So yes, my name is basically Serge at this point. I'm Serge, a 23-year-old rapper from the DMV. And yeah, been making music since I was probably about 19 years old.
Okay, so if you want to explain to the viewers what it is you do, what your music is all about.
So I'm a rapper. My music overall, that's kind of a weird question. My music's about, what's it about? Like,
what is it about?
It's about a little bit of everything. It's about a mix of everything that goes on in my life. My music is, the best way to put it is it's the storytelling of my life through my eyes. And then a lot of times I try to like envision what my life would look like through the eyes of others.
Next question can be kind of heavy if you allow it to be, I guess. What is it that got you to the point that you're at, like now in your music? Like whether it be like, you know, this one thing or a one person, or like, was it just kind of like something that happened gradually?
So something that like inspired me to make music, or?
Yeah, like pretty much.
Okay, so what inspired me to make music is actually, I've been making music all my life. Yeah. Since I was like a child, but I didn't make rap. To be honest, this surprises a lot of people. I was not a fan of rap music until I was maybe around 18 years old. Wow. I didn't like rap like that.
But you were raised here, right? Mm-hmm. That's so funny because that's like the culture here.
Yeah, I didn't like rap. I was deep into punk music, rock music, stuff like that. Really? Yes, 100%. Which you can hear it in my music. That's definitely like a gigantic part of my background. Yeah. But the reason that I got into rapping was a friend of mine. Before I lived in this exact area, like my literal best friend, he rapped, and he always told me, he was like, one day you're gonna get into rap and you're gonna make rap music. Yeah. And I always thought that he was like full of it. And I was like, I don't like rap. I don't, like it's not gonna happen. But I always, you always kind of keep it like close in the back of your head. And so one day, we were all together, me, and he was like, yo, I want you to write to this beat. And I did, and I liked it. And so after that, I like wrote unseriously for a while. And then I think I didn't really care about rap still. Released my first song on SoundCloud. It's god awful. Don't go listen to it. But I released it just to see if I could. Yeah. And then I did it. I released it. People said it was okay. I released another one like that. And then after I met Tyler, that's when I got serious about rapping. Okay. And then me and him churned out Search Season. So yeah. That's cool. That's how I got here.
Wow. It's funny to me. It's funny to me that you weren't really into rap until you started rapping. At all. Like, that's really, I don't know. I've never heard like anyone say that before. Okay, so we're at Starbucks now, guys, because,
I'm excited.
Coffee is a must. So while we're here, I'm going to ask you a couple questions from my Instagram followers. Okay. So the first question was, what is your craziest experience within like what it is that you do?
Let's see. It's probably the first time that I ever did any form of performance.
Okay, that makes sense.
Wait, yeah. So I'm in front of all these people, and I have to freestyle, and so I'm just kind of going at it at this point, and it wasn't that great, but it's funny because like you can literally feel every like part of your body just like shaking.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one is super simple, one word answer: Popeyes or Chick-fil-A?
Oof.
The hardest question.
Oof.
of the day.
You're 100% correct. Popeyes. Popeyes.
Guys, I work at ChickfilA. I'm hurt.
So
I'm offended. No, you don't get to explain your answer. That's it. It's one word. You say Popeyes or ChickfilA. That's all you get.
It's Popeyes.
You don't get any more airtime on that question.
You won't open on Sundays.
Because I'm hurt. That's because we love the Lord. Okay. If you would just explain your creative process.
My creative process. Okay. So, my creative process. For me, when I'm creating music, 9 times out of 10, I don't decide to create something. Mm-hmm. It kind of hits me, and wherever I am is where it gets started. Yeah. And so that tends to be in the car. I've heard that this is weird, but I write a lot of my music while I'm behind the wheel. A lot of Search Season got written behind the wheel.
Sorry, may I just interject?
You just almost died.
And asked. Yeah, that lady definitely just pulled out right in front of me. That was cool. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to your creative process. You said that you write a lot in cars.
I write a lot behind the wheel, and then if I'm not behind the wheel, I have to be moving when I make music. So it's the most grotesque thing in the world when people are around me and I write music because I pace. I can literally walk like holes in the floor. Wow. And between that and the fact that I tend to write music really, really late at night. Mm-hmm. So I'm the poltergeist of my household because it'll be like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'll be anywhere in the house, pacing around, like writing music, and I have to recite it to myself. So I'm like reciting things out loud while I'm writing new things. So it's it's a long process. I have to be like it. I don't know what it is. I have to be moving. I think what it is. I think actually it goes into the fact that I think fast. I think at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So I think when I'm behind the wheel of my car or I'm pacing, I'm almost matching the speed that my mind is thinking. Mm-hmm. And it helps me. That. And it helps me kind of grasp things easier. Yeah. That was a very artistic way to say that. I just, yes, I literally just have to be moving at all times. It's insane. Right. But yeah, so that's mostly my creative process. The creative process for 5-4, a lot of that goes into the creative process of how I made Search Season as a whole. Yeah. Search Season is kind of this accumulation of the roughest time in my life thus far, in me rapping from the perspective of going into it, in the middle of it, the end of it, and then looking back into it, kind of in a hindsight sort of way. At that time, things were going very bad for me. I had just gotten out of a relationship. I had lost my job. I had lost my grandmother. And a slew of other smaller things all kind of happened at one time. And I handled it very poorly. I handled it very poorly. And so I'm going to get into this very quickly of where a lot of Search Season got written kind of at once, in one gigantic go of like 3 months, where that felt like every day I was adding to it more and more. After me, it was the day after I had gotten fired from my job in the National Harbor, and I met up with my friends one last time in the harbor. I was depressed, extremely depressed. I used liquor as the coping mechanism for that, and I couldn't even drive home. Had to sleep in the parking garage in my car. Wow. And I woke up and the birds were singing, and I, for some reason, wasn't hungover, and I had this idea for Search Season as a whole. And so the whole thing just got started from there, and 5-4 was the first song that got made for the tape. Wow. And so overall 5-4, because that was kind of the
You're making me emotional. I'm an emotional person, sorry, I'm an easy cry.
And so Search Season overall is about, not Search Season, 5-4 is kind of about the hardships and other things that I was going through, but I was kind of like, even though I'm kind of going through these things, I'm depressed and I don't feel that much like myself right now, but I'm still gonna have fun and I'm still gonna enjoy myself. I'm not gonna let this feeling kind of run who I am.
Yeah.
And so,
who is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration for music is definitely Mac Miller. 100% Mac Miller.
So the last question, and in my opinion, the most important question, and like I told you earlier, the reason that I started this whole series is, what is your biggest piece of advice to the next generation of kids out there that are trying to do and are trying to accomplish what you are doing?
It sounds almost mean when you say it, but like, just do it. People will talk about the things that they want and the goals that they have, but they're too scared of failure or the pressure to succeed to actually do anything about it.
Yeah.
And so they just let it sit, and then they talk about it like, I would really like to be a singer. I would really like to get into making rap music. I want to manage somebody. I want to actually, make money off my paintings and stuff like that. But they're too scared of what if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And they let that fear not let them run with it. And I can tell you that if you don't go for it, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen if you don't go for it. 100%. You're never going to fall. You're never just going to like accidentally one day wake up and be like, oh, I have a record deal. It's never going to happen.
What do you know?
Exactly. It's never going to happen. If you don't work for it, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my advice.
Some mad truth that he just spit. Cool.
Yeah.
So that is gonna conclude episode 2. So I'm gonna put all of his social media and his music and everything in the description below, so you guys can get to know Serge when it comes to his music, and also get to know him on his social media platforms. Give him a follow on everything. Listen to his music, because it's tough.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
But yeah, I love you guys so much. God loves you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button.
Smash that
subscribe button. And turn on the little bell if you want notifications, because you guys all know that I post very regularly. Sorry about that. But yeah, I'll see you guys next video.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I don't know how to do this. This is my first
This is Serge.
This is Serge.